starts with, okay, the chemical makeup of the body is a complex thing. And sometimes there are several things participating in action at once that create an issue within someone. Physical reaction occurs in a domino effect, and for you that's exactly what's happening. And number one, your blood should be studied to understand exactly what's going on, and interesting, the concept of what has evolved in your blood, like the rings of a tree. He's saying you can evaluate your system, and that the blood is one source of an issue for you, but it's the hormones being fed into the blood that's another issue for you. And it's actually your diet, so it falls back that way, blood, hormones, diet, that you need to look at. Even though you're ingesting things that are seemingly healthy, your body is not processing them well. So you need to really, it's almost like scale back everything that you're eating, pay attention to what you need, like nutrient levels that you need. You're very sensitive, he's saying, where it's kind of like, when you have too much of something, your body can react just as much as if you didn't have enough. And he's saying yours does this balancing act all the time, where you get just too much, your body goes through the roof. You get not enough, your body goes through the roof. And so you're constantly trying to keep this balance. So if you monitor your blood, you'll be able to see when the body is reacting and how to keep it in balance. There's nothing mentally wrong with you. It's a physical occurrence that's occurring in your body. Your mind and your energy is resisting solving the issues because it's what you have come to know yourself to be. It's how you identify yourself. That's that question. And that it's not like a mental illness, it's just a choice, he's saying. So don't think that there's mental blocks there that are preventing you from becoming healthier to the space that you want to be. He says you have some fatty tissue around your heart that you really need to pay attention to. And if you can plant that with you, that will be the catalyst that will get you to go, okay, I don't need to hang on to this that badly. It's time for me to progress. He says that you need to recognize that you don't need all the answers in order to do something. One foot in front of the other, he says, and pick the pieces up as you go. Like, just learn as you go. He says you have a very, very good base of understanding because you come from the space of love from the heart. So, because you already start there, you're already consciously aware of not hurting others, and you don't need to learn that. You've already learned that. So that's one of the biggest tools that will take you forward, the biggest things that you can hold moving forward. And then as you go along, gather the knowledge that you learned, but don't feel bad that you didn't know the knowledge before because you didn't know it before for a reason. So it's like he just shows you walking with a basket and you're picking up the knowledge and then you're evaluating it as you go. And he's saying, now don't turn around and go, well, I wish I knew that knowledge back there because it would have been so much easier. Because he says you already passed that spot, and there is a reason why you went through that space without the knowledge that you're finding now. It was so that you could learn in a different way. says he hopes everybody hears that and understands that. Because that's a message universally.
Totally.
He says, thank you, he's so glad you're here.
I need to go for my blood work for your mom and dad. Putting it off. I can't see Mom right now.
I can see you though.
I know.
That's why he wanted Dad to be present.
Oh! You can use it against me. Thank you, Isa. And I will get my blood work.
Nothing like putting you in the spotlight, eh? And all these witnesses. Oh my goodness.
So did you.
He's making sure that you take action.
I would be accountable for myself. Thank you. It made perfect sense, all of it.
So he's coming to you, Carol, and he's telling you should connect with Sherry, that there will be a commonality that you both share that you need to embrace together. He says that for you, Spirit has been, your life has been trying to evolve, trying to bring you more people that are of like mind, and change who you're hanging around, change your circle of beings that surround you, your friends. This has been trying to be altered in your life for a little while. He says for like the last year and a half, people have been shifting, you've been trying to shift, and this dynamics has been been created. And in the last 6 months, it's been more intense. And he's saying you need to let go more of those who want to leave your circle, and know that it's okay because new people will come. So he's just saying open to the new people, because you're energetically evolved past the people that you're at right now, that you're associating with right now. Not that you can't still help them, but they can no longer provide any more learning for you. So now you need to move into a new circle of friends and acquaintances so that more learning can occur for you. So you can still kind of link to that other group, but not put so much focus or energy there, because you're done and it's time to move on. So he's saying it's time for you to gather and acquire new friends, and they're trying to build a circle of new friends around you, and apparently Sherry's soul is volunteering. So congratulations.
You know what, it's funny. Sherry is actually a root name of Carol.
Oh, you gotta be
there you
kidding
go.
me.
Yeah.
There's a link there.
Yeah, we've already chatted. So.
Yes,
Oh,
we
how
do.
is that interesting? See, somebody's already trying to orchestrate it, so he's just basically making sure that you guys pay attention to that and exchange numbers, and he's just like, you're gonna understand when you get to know each other more. He said that without the veils of the illusion of the space, when you can sit together privately and open to each other, you're going to understand there's links there that are more in depth than what you're seeing right now. He said he's excited for you because he says, you know, it's wonderful to meet new people and it's wonderful to gain new friends. And he says you've kind of felt this and you've been trying to reach out and do this, but you're not quite sure what you're doing. It's kind of like, I want to skate, but I don't know how to skate. So you're putting the skates on and you're falling all over the place. And he's saying, well, he wants to help you along to make this one connection. And as you allow this in, it will come more. But you don't need to push. You just need to be aware. You just say goodbye to Brian.
Oh.
Janet, he's talking to you for a moment. He says that horses surround you because horse is your animal totem that is present for you he says, a period of 35 years. So That's
More?
very important. 35 years in total in your life. That it has kind of, he's just saying come in and out, like weaving in and out, but then it stayed steadfast, and it will stay steadfast for a period of 35 years in total. At one point, it will fade, but right now it needs to be present.
That was my question coming here.
Oh.
Because I was trying to find a home for 2 of our horses for the last 2 years, and I just keep saying, well, I'm gonna stop advertising.
They're
It's
not
actually a
supposed to go
joke.
anywhere.
Because anytime somebody comes, something happens that is a block, so I'm recognizing the block. But how to go with it.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. He has a little bit more for you. There's a female horse that's around you that is directly connected to your child, and that there is learning and experiencing that needs to occur. So that female horse can't go anywhere until she accepts the learning.
Can I ask questions?
Sure.
Okay. With this female horse, does she show her presence by, not aggression, but she tries to butt in front of other horses
Yes.
too? Okay.
She's she actually is a kind, loving horse, but she is very persistent and demanding.
We just had somebody look at her. She bucked my husband off, and she's never done that in her life. And never. And I was like, this is
That's
something.
funny. Oh my goodness. Isa says also that your child has insulin resistance, and needs to be monitored and investigated.
Is that me?
No, your child.
I don't understand. The child is that.
Your daughter.
Oh, okay. I was thinking my inner child.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Isa's drumming up some business for Dad here, I think.
Yeah.
Dad's a doctor.
Oh, okay.
He says, no, I'm not. Something about her really liking hot chocolate, and she needs to watch her sugar levels,
Okay.
especially chocolate, hot chocolate, anything. Yeah.
I noticed that from way young. I noticed the reaction when she would drink it.
Interesting. He just says, you're a lucky soul. You have a bright light, but you have a double light. I don't know what that means. It's interesting. He says you have a double light, like you shine, and then you have a backlight that shines. So I don't know what that means. You'll have to investigate that. He says your twin light walks with you. That's why. That would be like that. Oh, interesting. He just said that he doesn't have time to explain it, but he'll just leave that with you and investigate it. He says.
Okay.
Just going to Kate for a second, and he's just saying, you need to investigate an opportunity working with car manufacturing, a car manufacturing company. He's just telling you, apply, apply, apply. He's telling you watch for circulation in your feet problems, and like make sure that you manipulate the feet to make sure that there's good circulation happening. He's saying hot and cold water is good, rubbing them is good, make sure that they're properly covered, make sure that they're kept elevated, make sure that there's more circulation happening in the feet and lower legs, something going on there, he's saying. And he says you're hypersensitive to noise, and that will be a benefit for you later in life, but right now you just find it annoying. What's your name again? So he just comes to you for a second and he just says that you need to pay attention, that there's something to do with an art piece that is either in your possession or coming to you. It's going to be very valuable. So he's just bringing you that one little tidbit and then he's jumping away from you. He's like, all right. He says that he's pretty much honored everybody in this area, but he just would like to say to Sherry, you received everything you came for, so he doesn't feel like he needs to give you any more information. But he doesn't want to exclude you, so he's sending you love. I didn't even realize that he went through all those people like that. That's funny. He's organized. Oh, yeah, he can go. He's just saying to, one more thing is just that he's honoring the light in you that is shared light in him. So he's basically kind of sort of like bowing to you and saying, you know, I recognize that there's a piece in you, that there is a piece in me, and vice versa. Kind of like namaste. When we say namaste, that's exactly that.
Yoga.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he goes to Joanne for a second. He's just talking to you about a connection to Ireland, a strong connection to Ireland, and a study of the potato famine, and understanding that that history will be of connection to you. Understanding the struggle that the people went through and the depths that they had to take to survive that time frame. He says you have a really cute giggle.
I thought you had it. Oh, okay. I share. Okay.
He says when you giggle, it makes people happy, that it vibrates to a good frequency, and when you laugh, it spreads to others like happiness. He's saying that there's often pressure in the back of your head, and he's just saying that there is something physical going on in the brain, as well as like spiritually or energetically, and one is connected to the other. And he said, don't be afraid, everything will evolve as it should, and you will not be harmed, but there is something coming that you will have to face that is something to do with pressure in the back of the head. But he's just saying it's not like threatening, whatever it is, and so don't go to fear or panic. It's called the rising sun. It's all right. I can't think of anything else now.
I thought that was all the same.
He says that he's just distracting himself because his energy's wearing down. So he's not meaning to not give you guys full focus, but just that now he's trying to conserve himself. So.
Yeah, usually he looks at people.
Mm-hmm. Pam, what did you Pam? So he talks to you about issues in your neck, and he says you need to visit osteopath for assistance. It's something to do with the way you're sleeping, and it's causing problems in your neck. And he's just also saying you have central nervous system issues. Feels like you're very sensitive to energies, and it goes through you and you shake. And it's like just your central nervous system gets overloaded easily because you're so sensitive to energy. So it's not technically a medical issue right now, but it will become one if you don't learn how to channel energies properly. So the energy comes through you, you're overwhelmed, you don't know what to do to expel the energy, and he says you need to learn that technique so that your physical body doesn't get harmed. Do you understand?
So how would you, or who do I see to learn how to do that?
Someone had to say it.
Yeah, connect with me and I will help you, or I'll find somebody to help you. How's that?
Her ego wouldn't let her say it, so I had to say it for her.
Thanks, Brenda. Just playing with Sheila and her ego. Yes, no, he just said that you're very empathic, so you could study that term too if you're not exposed to it or you're not aware of it. Study the concept of what that means, and you'll understand yourself more. Who's behind you?
Jerry.
He's just going to you, and he's just saying you have outwardly you have a high level of energy that you are go 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 la 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 la, like you're very like I would think that you from the energy he's showing me you would be great as a personal trainer or fitness instructor or something, because you're just like but he's just saying that you project that to the world, that high vibration energy, but really you're quite introverted and shy, and you really enjoy time on your own. So it's like an illusion that you create for others, but it helps you to deal with life and do what you need to do. So he's just acknowledging that in you. And he shows flowers all the way around you, all around you. So that's beautiful. And he's saying that you will be heavily influenced by flower essences. So whenever you have an issue, go to flower essences, he's saying. They work really well for you.
Okay.
And also that you should learn how to make them yourself.
Does that involve crystal gem elixirs? I'm learning about that right now.
Of course, it's the same process, he says.
All right.
It feels like you're going to go quite far with that concept, and he said don't forget the flowers though.
Okay.
Always go back to the flower concept, because that'll take you through everything else. And I feel much more than crystals coming for you. I feel like you're going to make essences of, through other things.
Okay.
He's saying open your mind up. You're like, and there's such a hesitation for you, and he's saying get over that. Go, 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 go. You're good. You're good, because you're supposed to be doing it. So.
Okay.
He says more people should talk to you here today because you're very fascinating. You're going to have a line of people afterwards.
Okay, bear in mind, I am introverted.
That brought about some fear.
I have no idea what this means. Something about getting a new mat or a carpet, and he's saying, go today, you'll find it. Like, I don't know, there's something with the need of a new mat or a carpet.
Okay.
It's an entry mat, going in from one place to another. And it feels like it's entry into a room, and that it's for people to wipe their feet on, and it's something to do with like a feng shui kind of energetic thing.
Can you ask him how I keep my dog from peeing on it? Because that's why I don't have mats.
Maybe that's why you have to change it. You're gonna go home and find it.
Yeah, another one. For some reason, he says spray it with lavender. I don't know why that would work, but
Okay.
Wow.
you need it energetically to go from one space to another. And
Okay.
do you understand what he's talking about?
I think I understand that,
Okay.
yeah.
Good, because I don't. My ego doesn't like when I don't understand, but I'm okay with that. Now, someone over here's birthday. Whose birthday's coming up? Oh, okay. He's just showing big, yay, birthday celebration. He loves birthdays. As you know, you all received something from him because his birthday was yesterday. When is your birthday?
The 12th.
Oh, excellent. He says that you need to have a big celebration, and if somebody else doesn't plan it for you, plan it for yourself, damn it. He says, go ahead. Good. He's like, loves that. He's like, woohoo, go, you need to celebrate.
They keep telling me I shouldn't be doing it, somebody
No.
else should be doing it, but I'm doing it anyways.
He's telling you you're doing the right thing.
Yep, I'm doing it.
He says, if he had the ability and he could, he would organize for you to have a cake with a man jumping out of it. Maybe you need to add that into your mix.
I don't know if my 3 boys would like that, but my sister would. Don't get any ideas.
There's nothing wrong with having a little fun. He just sees it as something you would enjoy.
I probably would.
He says you like to laugh, so he's providing you with the opportunity. So.
Oh, you do. Thank you.
You have to watch. There's something about mold in your home. There's some mold in your home that you need to be careful of.
Can you tell me where?
Uh,
I'll get rid of it today.
Something about an exterior wall. He
Okay.
says if you look outside your home, you'll probably see, like, you might have to wait till spring, but he's saying you'll see black forming on the outside of a wall, but it's on the outside of the house and not the inside of the
Okay.
house.
That's a good thing.
But there's like, he shows black marks, like it looks like soil on the wall, on the outside. He says you're very inquisitive, so you like to poke at things.
Oh, well, that's fine.
He's just telling you he thinks you should sing. Like find a group that does like a choir singing where you sing in a group. He's saying it would be beneficial for you. You'll open your heart and create more of a spiritual energy flow. So I'm asking him, could she also do like a chant? And he said yes. Group work though.
Yeah.
he's just saying, he wouldn't mind if you came to live with him.
That's nice. That's funny.
He said you need to research a product that is for helping with dog's breath and natural product, and that you need to get that information. It'll come to you. It'll be all natural, and then you need to promote it. So like, tell people about it. Many people need that, and he said it will be beneficial. And it's something that he's saying, instead of like spraying it in the mouth or getting them to drink it, that finding like almost like, you know, those little finger toothbrushes and putting that on and then rubbing it on the inside of the mouth rather than having them swallow or ingest it. That's very important. He says you're going to get to where you need to go. It's just all about timing. Don't sit back and wait, just do a little bit all the time though. You still have to be in motion, he's saying. He says everyone that crosses your path is a gift, and that you're a gift to them. And don't forget his speech when he was talking about that, to remember that every time you're in the right space at the right time for a reason, and to honor that presence, that opportunity for being in that space. So Carrie, he comes to you and he says that he feels like you're a lot of fun, and that you hide yourself a little bit from others. You're the essence of who you actually are, because really, if you let yourself go, you would be like the life of the party. But you contain that because something in your childhood wouldn't let you be that person, and so you've become somebody else now. And he's just saying you need to rediscover that person. And he also tells you that bright-colored and fancy undergarments are really nice.
Does he show everybody?
No.
You want to do the party? You can see my party.
There you go.
Open door policy.
Yeah, especially you, Lois. So he comes to Janine, and he says, he's just very emotional with you, and he just says that he feels that, he basically says it's a shame that the world hurt you at such a young age. And that because the world hurt you at such a young age, you have a big scar on your heart, and that it's very hard for you to move forward because the scar has never healed, and so the scar keeps opening. And he just sends you lots of love and says that he wishes that your soul hadn't agreed that that's the process that you wanted to take, but unfortunately it is. And so he's saying, how can we best honor the fact that you've decided to have this scar and carry this all the way through? He says you're very important to him, and you're very important to a lot of animals, and it's not your mission to please people in this life, and your soul selected to please the animals, and that's why you do what you do. It says, you do have to be kinder to people, though. And cut them a little slack. He says love, love, love. And just imagine you have the words love, love, love like a half moon around your head all the time. And don't forget, when you see a person, you need to go love, love, love. Yes, and love, love, love. He says you don't need to do that with an animal because it comes naturally. But you're going to have to work at it with people, unfortunately.
I'm a mean person.
No, you're not. You're not. You're far from it. But he just says it's just more that it comes from you. Like it's an effort for you to naturally be the way with people that you are with animals. And I guess that goes with a lot of us, right?
You're fantastic with people, though.
Yeah. And he just says, yes, but you have to work at it. That's what he means.
Yeah.
It doesn't come naturally, but that's okay because it's not what you selected. And so he's just telling you, don't feel bad about that. You know, it's just what you chose.
I'm mellowing
He says, don't forget you're a person too, so that goes for you. You have to be nicer to yourself. Easier on yourself. Yeah. And he goes to Andrea and he says he loves you because you brought Jessica into the world, and Jessica is a very important soul. And sometimes in our lives, being a mom is one of the most amazing things that we can do. And once you become a mom, he says you're pretty much off the hook. You don't need to do anything else. Just sit back and enjoy, because that is a feat in itself. And so he's giving you lots of love and telling you that you know it's never an easy journey when you decide to be a parent, but it has rewards beyond what you can even fathom now in this lifetime. Your soul is like so happy that it selected that, and he's very honored and proud to be in the space of any parent, he says, especially mothers. He said fathers are good too. They do have a role. We can't have children without both, and he's well aware of that. But the mother is the vehicle to bring the child through, and because she selects to do that, she does need to be honored like the goddess that she is. So beautifully, well put.
Well put, yes.
He says that the difference everybody wants to know is the difference between men and women. And he says a woman has a channel and a vestibule of love, and a man does not. And he means in the physical form, because the woman physically delivers the baby. So she carries a special vestibule inside that is a section of love. And he says, you know, when he said that to Wanda the time that he wanted to be a parent, he knew that would be an avenue to get to where he needed to go with her, but he wasn't kidding. He really did, and he thinks that it's very important to be a parent. And so for those of you who select not to have a child, but you select to parent another child or parent an animal, then you're also providing that beautiful gift. You don't always need to have physical delivery to be able to nurture another in a motherly or parental loving way. So he's just honoring everyone who has selected that as part of their journey. He says he feels that you need lots of healing of your heart, and you need to know that you're really well loved, and he's giving you lots of love to compensate for any feeling of loneliness or unlove that you may have been experiencing lately. And he just wants to go to give you a message for your son. Did he go downstairs?
Yes.
He's just saying to tell him that You know, stubbornness is an excellent quality, but we do need to respect our elders.
Jordan. That was good timing on his part. I have it on tape.
He just says that your son processes a little bit slower than your average person, but when he gets it, he's got it. And he needs to remember that and needs to be less harsh on the self, trying that he doesn't get, if he doesn't get a problem, a math problem, or how to figure out something, he just needs more time. And once he has the time, he will get it eventually. And once he gets it, he's got it. And so he says, we should never measure our intellect by how long it takes us to learn something. We should measure it by the fact that we did learn. So.
Does his teacher understand that? Because we've been working on that, and Jordan does learn in his own way. It's just not, doesn't seem to be mainstream.
It's hard to talk, isn't it?
No, the teacher doesn't understand. You have to educate the teacher, and the teacher, in this case, the teacher is also reflecting the lesson of the slow learner. But give the teacher credit, they will get it by the end of the year. And it may not help him, but it'll help the next child. So keep at it, he's saying. Jessica, he's saying, you are like a beautiful flower that's only in half bloom, and that don't expect yourself to be a full-bloomed flower, because you need to have time to experience the half bloom so that you enjoy every stage of your life. So think of yourself as a half-bloomed flower right now, and as you get older you will come into full bloom. But there is, basically he's saying, it's not less important where you are now, so don't try to rush yourself to being in full bloom. Do you understand what he means? He says other people may not always see things the way that you see them, but try not to get frustrated with other people for the exact reason why he was just talking about your brother, right? He says he thinks that you should do more turn on the music and dance by yourself, and that's a good thing for you to do for your body. Gets energy flowing. He says sometimes your energy gets stagnant, gets stuck, and they want to just sit and do nothing. And he says when you feel like you want to just sit and not get things done, like you kind of feel like you're bored or you don't want to do what you're supposed to, then he says turn the music on and get up and dance, and that'll get you going. He says you're going to do many things in your life. You've got a lot of creative talents, and you're going to kind of jump from one thing to another, and he's just saying your mom needs to be patient with you, because you're going to have a lot of different careers. You're not going to stick at anything too long, but it's because you need to experience a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then he's telling you to look at pomegranate, and that there's something to do with pomegranate that has healing properties that you could use. And he says you know that he loves you. And he's just giving a general message that says, for those of you who are pet lovers, and he assumes that's all of you because you're here to see him, he's saying it's very important to understand that when your beloved pet needs to transfer into spirit, that it's important to let that soul go, because as that soul transfers and is let go, a new soul has the opportunity to come in and to be enjoyed by you. So the easier you can let go of the soul that needs to transfer away from you, the more you will be able to welcome a new soul that needs you. And the harder it is for you to let go, the harder it will be for that new soul to come and entertain you. He's using the word entertain, I like that. But he says, keep in mind that the soul that is, was, or may be in transition was once a soul that had to come to you. So there had to been space made for that soul to come, and you had to been open. So kind of bring yourself back to that, the beginning of receiving that soul into your life, that pet into your life, and remember the joy of receiving that pet, and let go so that you can honor that sensation with a new pet. And never feel bad about a pet needing to leave the earth, or needing to even leave your energy and go to a new space, because this is what we call evolution. And the evolution of the soul to the physical vessel goes back to the soul, completes the circle.